It was a cold winter night. The small railway station was almost empty. A faint wind moved through the silent platform, carrying the chill of midnight. The old station clock slowly ticked toward 11:58 p.m. A young woman named Elena stood alone under the dim yellow lights. She had just finished a long shift at work. The earlier train was gone, and this was the last train of the night. Suddenly, a distant sound echoed through the fog. From the darkness, a train slowly appeared. Its headlights were weak, and its metal body looked strangely old, as if it had been traveling for decades. Something about it felt wrong. But Elena stepped inside anyway. The train carriage was nearly empty. Only 3 passengers sat quietly inside. An old man reading a newspaper, a middle-aged woman staring silently out the window, and a young man wearing a black coat. No one spoke. The silence inside the train felt heavy. Elena sat near the window. The doors slowly closed behind her, and the train began moving deeper into the dark night. A few minutes passed, but something strange happened. The train didn't stop at any station. Normally, there should have been 2 stops already. Elena looked around. The old man was still reading his newspaper, but the paper looked yellow and decades old. The woman by the window hadn't moved at all, and the man in the black coat kept staring at her. Suddenly, the train lights flickered. For a moment, everything went completely dark. Then the lights came back on. But something had changed. The old man was gone. His seat was empty. Only his newspaper remained, lying on the floor. A cold shiver ran down Elena's spine. 10 minutes later, the lights flickered again. Darkness. Then light. This time, the woman by the window had disappeared too. Now only 2 passengers remained, Elena and the man in the black coat. Elena's heart was beating faster. Finally, she gathered the courage to speak. "Excuse me, where did they go?" The man slowly turned his head and smiled, but something about his smile felt unnatural. He spoke quietly. "Everyone leaves this train, eventually." Elena's voice trembled. "What do you mean?" The man looked toward the dark window and whispered, "This train never reaches the last station." Suddenly the train began to slow down. Outside the window, there was no station. Only darkness and thick fog. The doors slowly opened. Cold air rushed into the carriage. Elena turned back to the man, but he was gone. His seat was empty. Now she was alone. A strange whisper echoed through the train. Last stop. The lights went out, and complete darkness filled the carriage. The next morning, railway workers inspected the tracks. On a quiet section of the railway, they found something strange. An old abandoned train carriage. A train that hadn't been used for over 40 years. Inside the carriage, there were 4 empty seats. And on the floor, a modern handbag. It belonged to Elena. But Elena herself was never seen again.